Hey guys, it's Amy at Zoe Beck, and I'm going to do my weekly reading update for August 26, 2018. Should think about the date before I start filming. Anyway, so I had a really kind of weird reading week. I'm going to say I worked a lot of overtime. Now, okay, not a lot of overtime to maybe other people who are used to it, but I don't like working overtime. I admit it. I don't love my job quite that much. So I did a lot of overtime because I had to cover for a coworker on vacation. So I admit, most of the days I came home from work, I either had not read at all during work, which is when I'm busy, it just doesn't happen. Even on my breaks, I just want to sit there and pretend I'm not there. And then I get home and I just vegged out in front of the television. So I didn't read a whole lot during the week, but I did read a lot on Sunday. And then I read a little bit yesterday, so I do have a few things to talk about. So again, I'm going to talk about the things that I finished and started during this week and what I'm hoping to read next week. So I finished my buddy read of Angle of Repose by Wallace Stegner. I'm not going to say a whole lot about this here only because they're still reading the book. We kind of had a thing where some people had some other issues that come up or other things, more priorities other than a buddy read, which I understand. It's just I don't read a book spread out that long. I'm already having trouble with some of the other books I have that I've done that on. So I just, last week I tried to read a lot of this, and then Sunday I just sat down, and pretty much that's what I did Sunday, is read this book. I do want to say that this book, I really liked it up to a certain point, and then I started having issues. And then I read it for at least a little bit, and then it got okay. The end I liked. So I don't know how else to say that. So I will, as I said, I don't want to say too much more than that. But I did finish this, and I think I said this in my book haul that I said it was a Nobel Peace Prize winner, and it's actually a Pulitzer Prize winner. And I'm not sure. I have to really check my prizes. I don't even know what that differences are anymore. I should really check that, but that's what this says. So I had said the wrong thing, but anyway, so that I'm glad this is done for that. I'm listening to, as I said, when my buddy read, they go through it more. I might talk about it more because I have so many thoughts. Again, I did tab it for me so that I would remember things when they get to those parts and we can talk about it. But I have so many thoughts on this still, and it's still, even a week later, I'm still mad about certain things and like, what? Like, what? But I still think, I'm so glad I read it, so if that makes any sense, even if I had a part where I was really hating it. I didn't like it. I'm still reading 1984 by George Orwell. I've kind of slowed up on this. I was hoping this week to get this done, but I just, as I said, I did not read. I read a few pages here and there every day, and it was in this book, but I just wasn't feeling it, and I hope to get it. So I'm over halfway now. Not by much, but I'm a little bit over. I'm probably about 55%, I would say. I did try to break it up so that I would read 20 pages a day, so I'd finish by the end of the month. But yesterday I only read 5 of the 20 I was supposed to read, so I'm already behind. See, I don't do that very well. I don't know how you guys do that, where you read multiple books at the same time and you read a certain amount from every book. I have issues with that. Not because, again, I get confused. It's because, I either want to keep reading that book, or like this, I read another book instead. So anyway, so I'm hoping to get this done by the end of the month. If I don't, I might be doing what Maria over at MH Books was talking about, is doing a catch-up month where I read up all the books that I've started and I haven't finished. I really am considering doing that because I have a couple books that have been lingering for quite a while that I want to get off my currently reading and finish. And this is definitely one of them. I just don't know if I'm going to be picking this up during this week. So considering this week, I have one more thing to talk about or two more things that I've read. One I finished and one I started. But Women in Translation month has been this whole month, but I haven't really participated in that. But there's a Women in Translation readathon going on right now. If you've seen my TBR, then you'll see the book. You'll know the books that I've put on here. But I did start that yesterday, so one of the books I read was that. But a couple of days before that, I figured, hey, I might as well have an audiobook going, and it might as well be something with, you know, a woman in translation. So I didn't have this on my TBR, but I did start One of Us, the story of a massacre in Norway and its aftermath. And I have no idea how to say her name. I'm sorry, I didn't get a chance to look it up. I heard it like for a split second on the audiobook, but I don't remember now. I bought this book a while, like on sale last year, I think, or earlier this year. And I've been wanting to read this. Again, I do like true crime, and I haven't picked up anything recently. And so I picked up this one because this was interesting, as I said, up Norwegian, blood, whatever, you know. I can't think right now, forget it. Anyway, but I was wanting to read about this story. My problem is with this audiobook is the first one in a really long time that I think they speak too slow. And so I've never sped up my audiobooks ever. I've just never done that. And I'm kind of wondering if I'm going to have to do that because it's kind of slow in the beginning. And yeah, I don't like the guy. You know, you feel bad for certain things for the guy who actually committed this. But again, they start in his childhood and show stuff. And you're like, okay, well, that's nice, but or, you know, that's sad, but I don't know if that justifies later. So I don't think she's trying for that. I think it's written pretty well that way. It's just I don't enjoy hearing about him. And I'm kind of... so it's very slow and it's very long. It's like over 500 or just over 500 pages. So the audiobook is like 20 hours. So I don't know. Do you guys think I should try to speed the thing up? I'm not sure. Anyway, so I've only gotten about 80 pages in. So I'm not very far. So, but I will be working on this week. I don't expect to finish that audiobook within the week. There's just no way. I don't listen to audiobooks that much. I listen to them usually in my car. And then sometimes with this one so far, I've kind of been on and off. So I do listen to it one time when I drive to work, or then I won't listen to it on the way home, or vice versa. And yesterday I didn't have it on at all in my car. So I don't know. I don't think it's the audiobook's fault, but I'm not sure. So I don't know. I might just speed it up and see what happens. I just, anyway, but this is translated, from the Norwegian by Sarah Death. So again, I just figured I'd pick up something on audio for women in translation. So the book I did finish yesterday was Kitchen by Banana Yoshimoto. And I had bought this, used like on just a month or two ago. I don't remember when I hauled it, but it was like maybe June or something. I don't remember. I went to some Goodwills and stuff. Anyway, but I know I saw this on Katie's Books and Things, on her channel talking about it. But to be perfectly honest, by the time I bought it and then to now, I don't remember why I decided to buy it. I mean, again, I have a love for Japanese literature, and I do buy a lot of books from translation from Japan. So this was, you know, as I said, I did want to, it was a good enough reason for me to read it. This one was translated by Megan Backus. And again, I was surprised this book was came out in I think 88 in Japan. And then it was in English in 93. But some of the things in here just surprised me. There, you know, had some LBG. Oh God, don't make me do all those letters. LBG. Oh, you know, that whole list. Sorry, it just went right out of my head. It's Sunday morning, and I have not had the coffee. The coffee's here, and I haven't drank it yet. It has really good themes in it. Anyway, for that, which I was surprised about, and these were. I'm gonna say these were sad. Like I was not expecting the type of stories these were, because they deal with grief, and I was not expecting that at all, because there is nothing written on here that really tells me what it's going to be about. Like I was shocked by pretty much everything because I didn't know what I was getting into, but I'm really glad I read it and I did enjoy it. So anyway, I mean, again, there's two, so this is for two, there's like one kind of novelette, novella, really a long one, and then a pretty short one. So I really liked the first one because, again, it was longer and had more to it. And it totally shocked me on the part two. I was just like, the way it started just totally knocked me over. So it was like, so I had to keep reading. So I did finish this last night. And the smaller short story was, I mean, it was good as well. And it also touched on a few of the same things, but differently completely. So I did enjoy that. So I'm glad I read that. So then the books that I plan to pick up this the rest of this week for the readathon are all my women in translations. They're on my TBR. I have The Grand Hotel by Vicky Baum. Oh, I guess I should have looked at Basil Creighton. I always can say his name wrong. Anyway, translated that. So this one's from 1932, Germany. I have another Japanese, The Housekeeper and the Professor by Yoko Ogawa, translated by Stephen Snyder. Again, I'm taking a shot on trying to read her again because I did not like Hotel Iris. I have another Japanese, Record of a Night Too Few by Hiromi Kawakami, I think it was. And that was Lucy North translated that one. So these are 3 short stories. So that's a little different. And then The Heart by Melis de Carango, something Kanga. Anyway, this is translated from the French. Oh, criminy, there it is, by Sam Taylor. So those are the books I have on my TBR. I have one other book that I bought recently off of that I saw on somebody else's TBR that of course I ordered. So I have ordered way too many books. Anyway, but so I have some backups if these don't work out or I finish them before the end of the week. I don't expect to finish the audiobook, but I do kind of expect to get through at least a couple of these other shorter books. And as I said, it's good to be reading books that are already on my shelf, but I did buy more translated works. So because I figure I don't have as many as I would like on my shelf. So I do need to I'll be getting those and reading more. So we'll see what happens. So anyway, that is all for this week. Again, as I said, I'm hoping to work should not be as bad this week because it's right before a holiday. So usually things start to slow down at work just because some people take off early and the work is kind of scarce or different around a weekend where there's a holiday because we can't do certain things. So I'm hoping world will be just kind of calm and I'll get some reading done when I get home at night, not sit and just blindly watch the television. So anyway, what are you guys reading this week? Any of these sound good to you? And I will talk to you later. Bye.